So we are talking about the project uh, SDLC, that was part of um, SDLC instead of using waterfall model. If you, um, I mean, we understand waterfall model, why it is not fit, right, uh, for applications. And the problems also we understand, right. With waterfall, all requirement gathering need to happen, then it will go to the designing, after designing only development, then finally it will go to the testing and the deployment, all the phases. Just a minute, somebody calling. Hello. So for with waterfall, we there will be many problems actually. Mostly nobody is using it nowadays. So what's happening in the waterfall is, first we need to collect the requirements, then once it is signed off, once the requirements freeze, it will go to the designing phase. Once designing is approved, it will go to the coding part. Once coding and unit testing is done here, it will go to the testing. So once testers done with testing, then it will go for the UAT, then UAT to production. Okay, so finally the code will be deployed to the production. It will take longer time. So between, if client have some uh, requirement changes or any designing changes, nobody will accept. Okay, so to compete in the market, for him, as we were discussing, right, if new e-commerce application, if you want to design, so this application need to compete with the existing application. Between your competitor, let's say your competitor is Amazon. So if Amazon, if it is adding new features, the similar features you should able to add. So this development team will not allow you to add new features because already requirements, everything is done. So budget also freezed. They can't able to accommodate. So uh, if you look into waterfall here, right, traditional waterfall, it will not benefit much. It will not benefit either vendor or the client. But if you go with this agile, in agile every change will be accepted. Okay, every change will be accepted in agile. So client will benefit, and as well as team always will engage with the activities. Once requirements gathering is done for this particular module, whoever is working on this requirement gathering area, let's say BA, he will shift to another module requirements once after he sharing with the requirements with the designing team. So designing team also, once they are done with this, they will shift to another module. Then the development will start. Developers also will shift to another module once they've done with the development. So that continuously everybody will be engaged to work. Okay, so they will deliver finally a working product. The main motto of Agile is accept changes and deliver working product. Yesterday we saw all the 12 principles, right? 12 principles of Agile. Okay, go through that document. I shared it, right? So go through that document again. Mainly motivation is required in agile projects. Motivation is required. Everybody should cooperate with each other. Okay, we should not go, we should not show our egos, or we should not hide our knowledge. Okay, so here the behavior is matter and the teamwork is matter. As a team, if everybody works, then team will success. If team, if they don't move with the motivations, team will fail. In agile, I was saying, right, yesterday, there are two frameworks: scrum framework and kanban also we have. So generally in scrum, what will happen, in scrum, right, generally most of the projects are running in scrum. I'll tell you which projects are suitable for this scrum, which are suitable for the kanban. Earlier, even I don't have experience with kanban, but now I clearly understand it, with my current project. Okay, so in my current project we are using kanban board only. So generally in scrum, okay, when we go with scrum means, I have requirements. The client, right, Patil, we consider him as our client. So Patil has requirements. Okay, he is having requirements, and he said maybe I may add new scope also to the system. I may add new scope, or new changes also I may introduce into the system. He's saying my application, e-commerce application, is new to the market. So I may add changes new. So may add new features. I may add new features, he's saying. Okay. So between you are developing it, if I think something is required for our application, he will say I will add it. So for such applications, okay. So here what's happening in a iteration model, it is going first one module. So before completing, this module, another module will be ready for the development, then next module. In a iteration model, it will go one after another module. Okay. In case if your requirements are not freezed for other modules, right, it's good to go with Scrum framework. In Scrum, what will happen? In Scrum, what will happen? The first module requirements we will take, and we will create all that stories in a backlog. First, write all the stories, whichever is available, right, for the development. All that stories we write in backlog. From here, actually, our journey will start. So backlog will have all your stories. All stories will be added here. All stories means the development tasks. Okay. Tasks for your modules. All stories means all module stories you can add here, or else one module stories are available, at least add them into the backlog. Once the stories are maybe one module data, or all modules data, it's up to you. If requirements are ready, you can add them as soon as requirements are ready. At least one module requirements are ready, add them to backlog. Okay. Who will add here? Your product owner, or your scrum master. Product owner or scrum master will add all that stories to backlog. Okay. Or your BA also. This job anybody can do. BA also can do that. Who know requirements, they can add it. Your product owner means your client, or your scrum master or BA, anybody can add them into backlog. So while adding the stories, right, they will conduct a grooming call. Correct me if I am wrong. Grooming calls they will schedule. A grooming call. As part of this grooming call, they will invite all team members. All team members will be involved in this grooming call, right? In the grooming call, they will explain each and every story, and they will add them into backlog. Okay. They will add them into backlog. Which tool is popular is Jira. Yesterday I created one account also. Let me open it. Jira is a tool that popularly used by everyone. Yes, I already taken. Where is your login? Okay, here you can use Jira software. So from here, project will be started. Uh, like your scrum master or your product owner can create project here. Okay. So how it will be, coming to hierarchy. Project, one project can have n number of epics. Epic may be your module. Okay. It will have number of epics. So maybe you can say admin epic. Admin module has one admin epic. Manager epic. Hmm? Seller and your customer. So as part of epic means size wise very bigger one. Okay. So maybe you can consider your modules are like epics. Okay, your modules are like epics. Project name something. If I name it RBU cart. So under this project you can have this many epics. So each epic can have stories. Each epic can have stories. Means this is module. As part of this module, you can have stories. Each use case has a story. You can have stories here. Maybe each use case or a screen in simple words, or your screen. Each screen or a page, as you can relate it with front end, can be as a story. Okay. Same thing with all the epics. And again, each story can have a number of tasks also. Let's say if it is the story is taking 1 week or 2 weeks of development, what you are doing as part of that 1 week, 2 weeks, right? You can create tasks as part of task one. You may mention your front end code, front end. Task two may be related to back end. Task three, if you are creating any DB script task, like this, tasks will be created. Okay. So this is how hierarchy used to be. Okay. Project, under project epics, under epic stories, under stories you will be having tasks. So here the stories or tasks can be assigned to your developers. Okay. Once this grooming is done, right, first grooming will be done. After grooming, all the stories will be added into backlog. Once everything added into backlog, okay, they will conduct one more call. We call it as sprint planning. First in grooming call, they will create this backlog. I'll tell you. So first to create project here. See, it is asking, do you want to use Kanban or Scrum? We'll talk about Kanban later. So if it is a Scrum, so it is asking to use template. See, issues type it is showing story epic. Under epic you can have stories and tasks. Bugs means if you have any issues with the testing items while testing these tasks, if you see any bugs, right, you can create that bugs. Again, task can have subtask also. Okay. Tasks also can have subtask. If you think the task itself is a bigger one, again this task can have multiple subtasks. So maybe if it have multiple tabs, maybe tab 1, your front end, can have a subtask. Subtask 1, subtask 2, like that you can create multiple subtasks for each task. It's okay. So one task can have a number of subtasks. So that is what in this template they are mentioning it. Okay. So use the template. Uh, Choose project type. Team managed project or company managed. Team only will manage, right? Team only will manage. Select team managed. Team name. RPU team. RPU team. Next. Jira is a powerful tool. Okay. So if we go in depth into Jira, right? Jira can connect with your coding, your commits. Whenever you commit your code to Git, right? That commit references also can be mapped here, and even you can do the deployments from the Jira also. Go to project. Yeah. So project is created. Okay. So this is your dashboard. For everybody, for everybody. Here, first backlog will be created in the grooming call. So in the grooming call, everybody in the call and the product owner or your scrum master will explain what to do as part of this, stories. You will explain all the stories. That stories will be added here. See, it is asking, do you want to create tasks here and sprint also. It is starting RBU team sprint 1. So basically, sprint will start from sprint 0. A trial sprint first they will conduct a trial sprint. In the trial sprint, what we can identify is how much fast team can work, how many stories team can able to accommodate. Now in this call we have 20 members, 19 members. Let's say if our 19 people are working on these items, first we don't know the velocity. Velocity means how many stories we can deliver. Okay, so as we don't know the velocity, first once after grooming, right? First sprint maybe like a trial sprint, sprint 0. It will start with sprint 0, or you can start with sprint 1 also. In sprint 0, we will we will try to provide 19 people, right? For 19 people, let's say if I assign 38 stories for each person, two stories. Okay, for each two stories for 19 developers. So the sprint time also will be strictly, they will mention either 2 weeks sprint or 3 weeks sprint. 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Means if it is 2 weeks, 10 working days. Only Monday to Friday, right? Either 10 days sprint or 15 days sprint. That will be fixed. So let's say if it is 3 weeks sprint, we will identify how much stories you can able to deliver. It is not mandatory that we can able to deliver 38 stories. We don't know, right? How much time they will take. Initially, we will estimate it. We will estimate it all the 38 stories. We may thought it will finish in 3 weeks. Then finally we realized no, we are not able to deliver. Just to be able to deliver 19 stories only. So 19 people delivered 19 stories. So then everybody will realize, okay, this team velocity, this team speed is 19 people can able to deliver 19 stories. Okay, and here weightage also will put for each story, like story points we used to say. We'll discuss about them. Let's say each story, if it is having 5 story points, 5 into 90, so consider 20, 20 into 500. So around 95, 95 story points, 95 points team can able to cover it. So this is the benchmark first we will set. So then next we will go to the next sprint, and there we will try to assign 20 or 25 stories. As it is a first sprint, team may be slow because project setup, Eclipse setup, Maven setup, this, that, so many confusions we will be having. Maybe from the next sprint onwards, people will speed up. So maybe this count might increase. So in zero sprint, what we will understand, how much stories people can able to deliver, so that we can benchmark it. At least as a client, I can understand how much this team can able to deliver. Or as a manager or your scrum master, they can able to know how much we can deliver, right? I took labor to construction to construct a floor. At least I need to start with first floor to understand how much time these people will take for each floor. Then I can commit for the remaining 29 floors. For first floor, I need to understand how much time people are taking. Like, let's say for 10,000 square feet, if labor are spending 1 month of time to complete, okay, then that I will set it as a benchmark, and I'll try to finish the remaining floors within the 30 days or less than 25 days, as I understand the velocity. Otherwise, we don't know how much time people will take. Okay, so in zeroth sprint, we will understand the basic velocity of the um, employees. So maybe you can create it as a zero sprint. Okay, you may add sprint goals also. What you want to deliver. Maybe as part of the sprint, I want to deliver admin module end to end, whatever you want to put. Create it. So once it is ready, backlog is not available. So create backlog issues. Sprint means current working items. Okay, so before this grooming call is conducted, let's say now we are in a grooming call. So here all the issues will be created. So here create issue. What is that issue? Okay, so directly it is asking to create tasks. Fine. So final end of the day, tasks only need to be added into the story. So we need to create tasks only. Okay, so admin task, this is how we will create. Self descriptive. So if somebody read the task, they should be able to understand what you need to do. As a admin, I want to, I'm telling from the use case point of view. When after you delivered, this is what I need to achieve. As a admin, I want to create or update, let's or create, okay, create manager by entering all details so that he can log in and add sellers. This is my goal. Okay, so as an admin I should be able to create managers. That is the first task. And the second task, where is it? Okay, it is there. Okay, just enter it. As an admin I want to update manager by editing all details. As an admin I want to delete software delete manager by selecting one from list to discontinue him from company. All the stories he will add, and you can select all the stories and you can move them to sprint. Yeah, that is what I'm saying. BA can do that job, product owner can do that job, or your scrum master also can do that job, whoever is flexible. So all the stories will be moved to, here we have move option, right? You can move to sprint 0. So now see all that backlogs items came here. Okay, before moving into the sprint, where I can undo, control Z is not there. Okay, maybe move back to backlog. Okay, okay, everything I move to backlog. First we need to estimate them. Okay, to create manager details, how much time it will take will be asked to everyone. Okay, so how we will ask? If it is very complex, this is how they will give the story points. If you think it is very complex, or if it is a smaller one, small task, if you can able to finish it in one day, you give story point one story points for it, one story points. Maybe just consider it is like a one day task. Generally nobody says in a days, but consider it one story point. One story point is one day. And if your story or task is little bigger than one, you need to give two. Is it two or three? Two is also there, right? Two story points. Maybe you consider 2 days. So if it is beyond two, do we have three or five? Five story points. If it is more than two, we will give five story points. Then maybe 3 days or 4 days something, or 5 days. 3 to 5 days effort. It is 3 to 5 days effort. If it is more than five story points, if you think that it is bigger than five story points effort, you may give 8 story points. It may be between 8 days, 5 to 8 days, or 6 to 8 days, something like that. 5 to 8 days. If it is beyond 8, it is 11, right? 11 story points. If it is beyond 11, I think 20. Then after 20, we have 30, something like that. 40. If it go more than that, generally we don't allow more than 8 story points. You should not create a that much big story which used to take 8 days. You know, good scrum master will do what? He will try to create only one story point items only, so that a developer, if he pick that item, by end of the day he should able to complete it. That's how they will create smaller stories. If you think that you can't able to break it as a small story, you may create 2 story pointers. Sometimes, very complex stories we will be having, that will go beyond it. It will go 5, 8, 10, 11. That too, it depends on a project. If it is very complex project, it will go beyond that. So in a grooming call, it will be estimated. How it will estimate? If I ask, everybody in the call, right, I'm asking how many story points it will take. As an admin want to create manager by entering all the details. To support what I will show the use case diagram and all whatever I created. This is the table, this is the use case, this is a mock-up. So how much time you people think it required? So here, story point estimation. Here I'll enter story points. I will ask everybody. So here there is online playing poker. Let me online playing poker for hmm, game name. See, Fibonacci. This is how you need to enter. 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89. This is how we have length estimation. RBU project. Continue. Okay. So, what we will do, invite players. See, I'm sharing it. You all can able to participate into it. Okay. So, just to open this link, whichever I sharing. Okay. So, playing poker, I shared. You all able to see, right? This link I shared. You people try to click on that. Anybody join? See, here I joined, Janvi joined, and one more guy. Yeah, see, everybody joining here onto this table. Alekhya, Ranjit, Patil, Harish, Alekhya. Yeah, join everybody. Okay, it is interesting. Just for doing estimations. Sharan, Shama, Piyush. Let me know if you see any issues. Okay, Deepak. Okay, yeah, others also if you want to join. Yeah, joining, right? Let's join. Suraj, Sharan, Piyush, Ashiki, Arjun. Yeah, cool. So everybody can see these numbers, right, on your screen. Okay. So when I explain the story as an admin, I want to create manager by entering all his details so that I can able to log in, and so that he can able to log in and create sellers. So only you need to create manager one screen, front end screen. There you need to enter all manager details. Uh, from that front end, you need to make a call to back end. There you need to create controller, then service, then DO. Now time starts. Pick how much efforts you might require. Is it 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13? Okay. So you have another 1 minute. You have another 1 minute. Now It is 8:42. So until 8:43, I'll wait. Everybody, see, it is finished as early as possible. But skip on. Why it is finished that much early? Okay. Ah, automatically it is revealing. Why? Okay. Once everybody entered, right? Let me know. Pick your card. Okay. Ashiki, Deepak, Harish, Sharan. Okay. Now I will reveal it. See. Now I revealed, right? So I'll see the estimations. Okay. How many people estimated two? How many estimated three? How many estimated five? See how many estimated eight? How many three? 13? How many is 55? Okay. Just this is a game. But what I will ask here, I will ask whoever is given 55. So I'll ask Piyush, why Piyush you given 55 uh, estimations here? 55 points means it's too long. Maybe it will go around 35 to 40 days. Why you given this? Ah, okay. So, but in generally, while you are giving, right, everybody consider that okay, Piyush given 55. Maybe this is a difficult task. Randomly, you should not give the difficulty of task. You need to give here. Okay. So when Piyush given 55, he will be questioned why you given 55. Do you think 55 days of time is it going to take? Yeah, if you have reasonable points, definitely you need to answer. If you are confident that okay, consider you entered 8 only something, so you will say okay, it is going to really take 8 working days because first time we are creating a project, so we need to create a project, we need to decide screen integration and testing everything. I consider 8. Maybe if you think that is justified. So if once discuss with everyone, right, we will get into the conclusion. Okay, maybe you underestimated it. Sometimes if you are a new guy, maybe by looking into the screen, you may think that okay, this is doable in one day. But if some senior are there, if he is already experienced with such stories, if we consider that is going to take 3 days, we will give 3 days. Once we discuss with everyone, we will get the realization. Okay, this much we need to do. So maybe we also will consider. Okay, he is given reasonable 3 working days. That should be fine. So finally, I will be asking, is it okay if I go with three? If everybody say yes, okay, if everybody say yes, 3 will be taken as a final estimation. Then that 3 story points will be added here. So for each story like this, we will be assigning story points for each story. Each story will be explained, and we will play this pokers or even in chat also. Sometimes we used to ask. In case if you don't want to show your count to others via playing poker, we can play this game so that kind of black box, right? So everybody's understanding we will get here. Then once we decide the story points, right, we can move all these items to sprint backlog. We can move all these items to sprint backlog, or you can create sprint. Already sprint backlog is there. I mean, a sprint is there, right? You can move them to sprint. So once it is move it to sprint. You people can decide which one you want to pick. You can assign to yourself. Let's say if you want to assign to a person, you can assign him here. Okay, if you want to assign to somebody, you may enter their email ID here. Maybe you need to create actually team. Okay, invite teammate. So one mail will be sent to him. Um, if I try to invite, right, so I'll get the one invitation. So I'll be added as a team member here. So it can be assigned to me. Okay. Once if I if it went to promotion, social, so this last 2 minutes I don't see any mail. Maybe he will be getting one invitation once he approved it, right? Um, maybe because of inbox is full. It's okay. Once he is ready, you can add story to him. Okay. As of now, only one person is there. I can assign this story to one person. Okay. So like this, you can add. Yeah, this guy is added. See, added Naveen Kumar. So if I invite one more person, right, I can add them here. Okay, I can invite them by entering their email ID. Generally within the organization, right, here from here they will assign the users from admin dashboard. Here we will be having admin access also for Jira. Admin will add all the participants in the team, so they can able to access only the assigned project only. So if it is a RBU card project, then only this project will be accessible to them. So once they log in into Jira, they will go to their dashboard, they can see it. So once everything is added, once assigned to everybody, so now I am saying this need to be finished in next 2 weeks. Okay, today this is going to start. You all need to start the development. So I'm starting it. So here it is asking how many days you want to take for it. 2 weeks sprint, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or you can customize it. Ideally, many people will use 2 weeks. Start date, it is starting on 9/1 this time, and it should finish by 9:15. Start. Now game started. Okay, so the developers whoever is assigned, right, they will, let's say if I am a developer, I assign to this task, right, what I need to do, I need to start my development. So what I need to do, I need to move this card to in progress. So now this task move to in progress. So I'll spend today the entire day, as of end of the day, right, what I will do here for the story, I need to log how much time I work here, right. My log option not given. Yeah, maybe you can add comments here. You may add comments what you have worked so far in the add comments section. Today I completed front end screen layout design. Cool. Save it. This is how you need to log your work. Actually, time also we can specify, but many options not given. Many options not given to us. Add flag, configure, action menu. Okay, it's okay. Generally, time also, right? Time also we can able to provide here. So admin can add all that options. So here by clicking into the story, right, we should be able to add how much time we spent so far. Maybe add ops means is it asking? No, I won't go there. Yeah. So daily you can update your task once you're done, right? Once you're done with your testing also, you may move it to the done stage. Done means done. Your story is completed. See, this is crossed out. Same way, all the developers will move from to do to in progress to done once they are done with it. So they will move it here. So finally, once they're done with the development, they will move it here. So now 2 weeks are finished. Consider 2 weeks are finished, 2 weeks completed. Then end of the sprint, right? So they will give demo. Everybody will give demo, right. Sprint to demo calls we can have. Regularly, as I said, right, we will have daily stand up calls there. If I am a scrum master, I will ask everyone what is the status of the so and so story, the story. You will be saying in progress. If you have any issues, you will be sharing your issues, or if you have any problems, you will be sharing. If there is no problem, you will be saying. Developers will saying no issues. I am working. The task is in progress. That's how they used to communicate. You people doing it right if you are working. So I used to do the same. You know, if mostly I don't find any issues because I'll understand most of the story at the beginning itself. But if I have any problems, I used to ask. I have a problem. I have a showstopper. I need so and so help. Okay, so consider everybody is done. So 10 days are completed. Then end of the sprint, they can click on completed. So the first sprint is completed. Then next what? Before it is completing, for the next sprint backlog also need to be available. If you developers are working, what BA will do, product owner will do, they will create this backlog meanwhile. Again, they will conduct a sprint planning call, estimations. Then they will move to the sprint, assign to users, and they will start development. Finally, they will deliver it. This is how in each sprint we deliver some working code. This is what we do as part of sprints. Game on. Okay, interesting, right? In Kanban, right? This is how sprint will goes. In Kanban, what we will do? In Kanban, all requirements are ready. Partly saying my all requirements are ready. Mostly no changes. Or else partly will say already product is there. You need to migrate it. Partly saying already product is available. That is in servlets. You need to migrate it to microservices. That is the only my agenda. Partly saying already I have my e-commerce application, but it is there in EJBs and servlets. I am spending a lot of amount on servers. What you need to do just to convert my code from servlets EJBs to Spring. That is his requirement. What is his requirement? Already code is there. Just you need to migrate it to new technology. Upgrade code. You need to upgrade. That is what if his requirement is, that means all the stories are already ready. Technically, code also there. So as a developer, you can go and see how they implemented old code and easily you can able to convert. In such projects, you don't have much difficulties, much explanation or much communication may not required because that is ready. So in that cases, right, what they will do, they will choose Kanban. Correct me if I'm wrong. In my current project, that's how we decided. Okay. So in Kanban, right, same like this only. Same. In Jira only we can pick Kanban also. Okay, here only we can pick Kanban also. Okay. Uh, Earlier while choosing we picked it right. Kanban also we can pick it here. Or else let me see. Already we picked Scrum, right? That's why Kanban not showing. Yeah. So can I see it here? Jira is a powerful tool. Everybody is using it. So let's say if I try to create new project, what it is? I want to create a new project itself. Yeah, now it is asking Kanban. Okay, if I pick Kanban, here is the template. Team manager project only. Review card. Next, go to project. So earlier I was in this dashboard, right? There Jira dashboard. I mean Scrum dashboard. There we have backlog, sprints, lot of things we have read. There is no sprint, nothing, just backlog. All items will come into the to do because all the list of items he know already. Our team know that you need to work on 100 stories, fixed number of stories we have. The project is fixed, just migrating old code to new code. So I have 100 fixed stories. 100 fixed stories I have. So all that 100 fixed stories will be added here. Create issue. Story 1, story 2, story 3, like this. All the 100 stories will be added here, and I will say developers pick whichever you want. So each developer will go and he will assign himself, and he will move this to in progress. Once he is done, he will move it to done. Continuous process this is. Then again, if you assign with another story also, right? Once he is done with that story, again he will pick another story. This is continuous work. No calls, nothing, because everything is readily available. So I done this in 2 days. Okay, go next, take it and finish it. Again 5 days I took for this, and I need to pick another story. Once development is done, I'll move to backlog. This is how every developer will pick one item, he will complete, and he will move it to done. There won't be any planning calls. There won't be any grooming calls. There won't be any end of this sprint, right? We used to conduct sprint ceremonies. There won't be any ceremonies, good or bad, nothing we will discuss. So very less number of calls we used to have here, just a daily stand up, that's it. For such projects, right, migration projects, maybe Kanban is suitable because it will save a lot of time. Nowadays people must be facing the issue. If you are already working, for some projects, right, people used to spend daily 3 4 hours in the calls itself. Still company will say, though you spend 4 hours in the calls, you need to spend extra 8 hours to complete your stories. So that is very bad, right? So if your work is fixed work, you need not to go with Scrum. Scrum based projects will eat lot of time in the calls itself. Okay, so you can choose Kanban. Okay, now with this knowledge, what you can be in a project, you can act like a Scrum Master also. Okay, if you get a position for the Scrum Master, whatever we learned yesterday and today, that is sufficient. We understand much more about Agile, in Agile, how Scrum will work, how Kanban will work, how to create project, how to create epics and stories, and how team will work. Maybe you can read a little more documentation. It's not difficult. Agile is simple. It's a continuous process. Just to understand the principles of Agile. Okay, I think that's it for today.